Hi everyone, welcome to our health talk today. We will be talking about eye health. So let us introduce ourselves. My name is Eva, or you can call me Chihua. I'm a pharmacist. Been working in a government hospital and retail pharmacy for 7 years. And today my partner.
Hi everyone. I'm Kumari. I'm working as a pharmacy technician in international eye specialist. Okay.
So nowadays I heard that a lot of people are getting a lot of eye problems. Is it so in your clinic?
Yes, since start of COVID pandemic, our lifestyle actually have a great impact as we spend more hours of screening time than usual. Excessive usage of a digital device, which is cause many eye issue among the adults and children. Have you self-checked before? How long do you spend in a day?
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting question here. Okay, so everyone, you all can do a self test yourself. So like, how much time do you spend on the screen per day? Maybe let's say for today.
How long you spend?
Even now you are looking at the Zoom, you are also looking at the screen, okay? So I think I usually use more than 10 hours.
Yeah, me too. I think I spend about 10 hours in a day. So.
Okay, that's very long. So how about you all? Just type your A, B, or C in the comment. Okay. So there's been a research done on this. So generally in year 2021, Malaysians spend 17 hours 39 minutes on the screen. That's super a lot.
A lot actually, because as lockdown period, no, you can't actually go times to spend your time out. So what we do is more digital screening, whether meeting our family or friends. So we tend to spend more hours. Even working also, working from home.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the remaining, one day 24 hours, remaining 7 hours is sleep only.
Yes, yes. Sometimes for certain people, they are less than that.
Okay, that's using seriously a lot of eyes. Our eyes, besides facing the screen, we are using our eye for other things, so like studying,
Yeah lah.
reading.
Our eyes is like a camera. From the moment that you wake up, whether you are working or you are studying, we tend to spend everything using our eye.
Yeah, exactly. Even cooking, you have to use your eye also, right?
Yeah, even cutting the things. If you're not cutting the things, you'll be chopping your hand.
Exactly. So eye is like constantly working like without a rest. The moment they rest is really when we are sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. So let me explain you about a simple structure. This is a simple structure of our eye structures. Simple explanation on what is retina. Retina is actually a light sensitive layer which contains millions of cells that actually helps our eye to detect lights. That means it's like enable to you to see clearly anything. How about macula? Macula is the central portion of the retina, which is actually a small area that help you to see clearly when you do things. For example, you are driving or reading.
is it like to help us focus?
Yes, because in order for you to read very well, you also need to focus. Same goes for driving also. And then actually for macula, how gluten and zeaxanthin actually is an important uh, important key component, yeah, important key component for macula. I will explain further later.
Yeah.
What is it, lutein and zeaxanthin?
That's why like macula is like very very important for our vision.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So nowadays people talk about blue light. Okay.
Yeah.
So blue light is actually coming from our electronic device. Though that even though when we look at our phone, we don't feel like it's blue, but then actually what the we call it the wavelength of the light actually is within the blue light range. So this blue light actually can cause damage to our cells, our retina and macula. Uh, That's why there are more and more people getting like eye problems nowadays because of the increased screen time.
Yeah, even me also been working whole day from morning till evening, screening the prescription makes my eye tired.
Yeah. Okay. So nowadays like people stay at home and then they do online live video things like that. Then with all the ring light, the
Yeah.
ring light that's facing us also now. That one is actually quite a very harmful thing. After the whole session, basically my eye always will feel very tired.
Yeah, because you are actually exposed to daily in anything you do, there is a light exposure. Yeah.
Exactly. So what will blue light causes? So basically these are the things that the symptoms that we get when we expose too much of the blue light. We get headache, we get bad mood, and we get eye strain, dry eye, discomfort, sleep deprivation. Like people who, there's been studies who talk about like if you look at your phone right before you go to bed, actually it will affect your sleep quality.
Oh, is it?
Like it's more difficult to fall asleep, things like that. That's why it's actually recommended not to put your phone aside and then just do something more relaxing that can actually help you to sleep better.
Yeah, even one more thing, we do not look at the phone. Actually, nowadays what happens is the first thing once you wake up, you look at the phone first. Yeah.
Yes. Who do that also? Press one. Okay.
Yeah. Are you one of it? Yes. Me also actually to stop the alarm clock.
When you open your eye, it's the phone. Before you close your eyes, it's the phone. Okay, this is our nowadays near lifestyle. Okay, of course, on long-term basis, when we face the blue light too long, then we will come into this macular degeneration. Later, we will explain a bit more on that. Right? Okay, so like digital eye strain, this one I believe is everyone very concerned nowadays.
Yeah, it becomes the new norm actually for a lot of people exposed to the digital screen time, and this is actually for prolonged. You tend to spend prolonged hours using digital screens. As a result, actually, it's not that we wanted to spend more hours, but our lifestyle has been impacted. Whether you are school, last time people say, hey, don't use the phone in the school, but then actually school also actually happening in the
now online
classes.
Yeah.
So and then you are working from home. And then one more thing, like we want to talk to our friends, we can't physically meet them. But what we do?
Video call.
WhatsApp call, video call, or Zoom call if you want to make a gathering.
Exactly. So everything is digitalized. So our eyes also become digitalized.
Yeah, everything more digital, using the screen time more.
So one of the main issue I think is dry eye problem because of this.
Yeah, actually, whether it's adults or younger population, dry eye become very common problem nowadays. Okay, I mean like previously people tend to have a dry eye problem maybe due to medical illness or other stuff, but then in past couple of years, dry eye become more common among younger adults because whether they are learning due to their homeschool to online learning and people working from people are working from home. So electronic device is one of the factors where we expose to more to that causes dry eye. And besides that, there are other causes for those who are wearing a contact lens for prolonged hours. Oh, okay. So like we actually tend to neglect that. Oh, I wear for longer hours, even though like I wear for whole day. Some people don't want to use the spectacles in their daily lives. So contact lens is something that convenient, but actually you need to take care of it. Okay, use it when necessary. If you ask me, I would say use when necessary. Okay. Besides that, medical condition also can lead to a dry eye, such as when you have a diabetic, yeah. People think, diabetic, how come my eye can be dry? Yes, you need to take care of your sugar. Well-controlled sugar levels will actually help to protect your eye. If your sugar level is not controlled, actually in a way, tears production reduce that affect your nerve.
I see. That's how people develop like when they have diabetes, then they develop eye problem.
Yes.
Retinopathy.
Yeah, which is like uncontrolled sugar level, which is affect the nerves and lead to eye issue. So that's why doctor always say that it's important to take care of your sugar level. But most of the people will think, hey, how come it's my eye got diabetes? What is it?
Right?
Nothing to relate to the eye.
But I think when something is happening to the eye, then it's no longer a small matter already, right?
Yeah, but if you ask me, I mean, vision is actually important spare part in our life to do anything. In order to walk, also you need to see, right?
So like medication, I know that antihistamine, like those flu medicine, allergy medicine actually can cause dry eye.
True, I agree as well. And besides air pollution, because as you can see, due to the pandemic, we are spent more indoor environment, and then we are more on air condition. So air condition actually one of the reasons can cause eye to be dry.
And when we go out, like there are a lot of dust, everything, that causes a lot of dry problems as well.
Yes, that's one of the reasons also. And then despite that, our lifestyle changes also. Our lifestyle of what we eat is actually affect our eye too.
Yeah, I think nowadays people like when they don't drink enough water, their eyes also become dry. Right?
Yeah, actually, because you're working in the computer, people are working in the computer, they look at the screen. Even they forgot to blink their eye, you know.
Oh, that's very important. Blinking it actually helps to
Stimulate the tears.
tears production.
And then I was wondering, people ask me, hey, emotional problem, I can cause dry eye. Yes, because emotional problem like such as stress actually can stimulate to dry eye. For example, anxiety, and then like if you are depressed, this can cause to eye dry also.
I see. So like people, because like when they are under very bad mood, like they want to cry, they cry a lot. Does it also cause dry eye, or it's not?
Not really. Actually, people are crying a lot doesn't cause dry eye. In a way, sometimes you have irritation, it helps to clear off. But let's look into what are the common symptoms of having dry eye. Very common, like in my working environment, I heard my patient complain of having a stinging. Hey, I feel something on your eye. Then they come and see doctor. Then actually, when doctor check up, you have actually a dry eye. But actually patient thought I got something on the eye to remove it. Actually sandy feeling is actually cause dry eye, and then redness is a very common. But the funny thing is, like patient ask me, I'm tearing. Hey, you tell me, doctor say I'm dry eye.
I'm tearing a lot, I cannot stop one.
Actually, when you are tearing, you does have a dry eye. It's just that your eye cannot receive a proper lubrication, so it tend to produce more. To produce more to
It's a compensation method, right?
Yeah, compensation method. And then for some people, they do have this kind of like a tear duct block, where that means their longkang is sumbat. That means their eye produce tear, but then it has been evaporated. The tears have been evaporated because of the longkang sumbat. So the drainage is not smooth flow. Actually, our eye actually consists of 3 layers that actually produce the tears. When the longkang sumbat, your eye unable to produce.
I see. That's a lot of knowledge shared by Kumari. So of course, like just now we mentioned, because children nowadays they have online classes now. Even like and when they are staying indoors, then parents tend to give you iPad or phone to or maybe they play PS games.
Yeah, even actually sometimes the parents nowadays is like they want to their own work or what. Even babies actually spend more hours.
How to make the baby stop moving around? Put an iPad in front of them. That's basically everything.
Yeah.
So which is actually not so healthy for the children.
Yeah, at so young age they've been exposed with the blue light.
Exactly. So that's why there are more and more children are getting eye problems. They start to breastfeed younger and younger, right?
Yeah, and their power is actually like I have patient complain to me. My daughter's power is higher than me, but I'm age 45. So I think by my age you'll be very thicker glass, is it?
Oh my god, this is so scary, right? So we really need to take care of our children, and also like the macular degeneration. This one is related to aging. So of course, with all the blue light exposure, everything, the stress, environmental factors, it actually speeds up this process, right? Okay.
Yeah, because actually, as per study, it commonly affect people who are 50 and 60 years old. 50 to 60 years old people only. But because why this like it actually like a common condition that affect our middle part of the eye, you will not realize it. Your vision actually until your vision has been deteriorating. That means it affects your daily life, whether you are doing things or reading, because you will deteriorate. It getting closer, darker, it become like a dark hole, which actually become like a black.
Like the photo we show
you.
the photo on the right.
Yeah.
Totally cannot see the face.
Yeah, it's actually a progressive disease. It's like not overnight. I cannot see everything. So it's important to protect your eye from this.
Exactly. Okay. So how do you take care of our eyes? Of course, here are a few tips for you all. So you need to do regular eye checking, like annual checkup at least, so that because like we just now mentioned, the eye problems are all a progressive thing. So when you do a more regular checkup, then you can find the doctor can detect it much earlier before something is happening.
Normally, how frequent we need to do eye checkup?
Once a year. I think once a year is a very good timing. And of course, whenever we are working, we are reading or doing something, make sure there's proper lighting. Don't do it in the dark. I know a lot of people, they like to, before they sleep, they turn off the light, but then they are on their phone. Okay, that's not a very healthy thing to do. Okay, remember to change that. Okay, turn on the light or just don't use the phone before you go to sleep. Okay, and then
that means put away your phone before you go to bed.
Yeah, hide it somewhere.
Okay, hide it underneath the pillow.
Okay. Then of course the distance adjustment. Make sure you don't read too close. Like, I think my dad always tells us, hey, your eyes too close to the book already, move it away.
Yeah, my mom also used to say, hey, don't sit near the TV too near. It's not good for your eye.
Exactly. So this advice still very applicable. So,
actually, last time I think my mother asked me to sit, don't sit near the TV. But when I come to know about it, okay,
that's so important.
Yeah, that's so important.
Yeah, always like when after you look at something, stare at the screen for a period of time. Make sure you go and look at something that's green. Look around. Okay, don't just stare on the screen. And green stuff, according to science, is actually very helpful for the eyes.
Yeah, and then actually when we say look at the green, that means actually it's not that you go and find the things to look at the green. It actually helps to relax our eye rather than looking at the computer screen. It helps to relax our eyes. So that's why we say look away from the computer. And then when we actually we ask whenever you are in the computer using a computer, try to blink frequently, because when we are doing work without, it's not that we don't want to blink, it's just that without we are not realizing it, we continuous focus on our work. So what you can do is to manage your eyes better is like you blink frequently, okay? But doesn't mean beside blink frequently, you can actually look away 20 feet away. That means away from your screen. For example, you can go and grab the bottle to drink, like that, and then
look outside the window.
Yeah, so that your eye become relaxed also. And then another way you can do is like wear sunglasses, because nowadays the UV light is so strong, right? So UV light actually can cause damage to our eye. So if you wear sunglasses on a sunny day, this helps actually to protect your eye from the UV penetration. Okay, and another way, if let's say your working environment, you are the person who less like to move around, you can do a simple eye exercise. From the place you sit, you no need to even step up. If you are lazy to wake up.
Lazy, this is very important for lazy people.
Yeah. So do you know how to do the eye exercise, Shiva?
It's like up and down.
Yeah, you can close your eye, relax yourself, close your eye, look up and down, left and right. It's like you are moving your eye. You can repeat this.
Circular motion.
Yeah, you can do circular motion and repeat this for 3 times. Then you can continue your work. Besides that, you proper healthy food for your to protect your eye is important because it's like in terms of like foods that contains like kale, spinach, carrots. That's actually from dietary source.
All the greens.
All the greens.
The 5 colors, right?
Yeah, 5 colors. And then besides, I know you can't eat so much green stuff or food stuff to get your vitamin A. So you need to add your diet supplements like lutein, zeaxanthin in your diet.
So lutein zeaxanthin is like just now you mentioned, it's a very important component of our macula. So what does this do actually?
Actually, lutein and zeaxanthin is actually when we consume or eat, it has been accumulated in the macular region, which is called macular pigment. Okay, lutein and zeaxanthin is actually powerful antioxidant for our eye, and it is actually natural sunblock. Natural sunglasses, because this is actually helps to protect our eye from the UV light to pass through. Do you know that?
I see. That's interesting. So in a way, these two things is like they must be there to protect our eyes.
Yeah, it's actually it's like helps to protect the eye. Lutein and zeaxanthin actually, like we say, blue light actually easily pass through our eye, right? Easily. So when you have enough lutein and zeaxanthin, this is actually help to protect our eye from the
blue light damage.
Yes,
okay,
blue light damage.
That's so important. These two things. Okay, so where can we get it from? Lutein and zeaxanthin. I think the ideal requirement for lutein and zeaxanthin is a 5:1 ratio. Means there's 5 parts of lutein, which is 10 mg, so 1 part of zeaxanthin is 2 mg. So if you want to get all this from our foods, you can look at the right side. You need to eat 40 eggs a day.
Yeah, people always ask, you don't need to take supplement lah, just take from the food lah. Okay, then I think you're eating the 14 eggs.
There is more than 1 tray of the egg. Oh my god, how to eat?
And then 1 kilo of broccoli. Imagine you need to eat this every day. I think next time you won't see, I don't want veggie.
I think I will vomit 1 kilo of broccoli. Until the teeth also patah already.
Because of biting the.
Yeah, exactly. And then broccoli now is so expensive, right?
Yeah. If you are actually it's an edible vegetable.
Yeah, 1 kg I think go up to quite expensive, 20 ringgit, right? Okay, so what can we do? But we have a good news for you that we have this botanical berries with lutein that's here to help you to save the cost and make sure that you get the right amount of lutein and zeaxanthin.
So you don't need to eat so many 40 eggs for 1 kg of the corn lah.
Yeah, exactly. So you can just drink it. So what is so special about this is that it's a combination of modern science and herbal wisdom together. It's like at the same time they provide the benefit holistically to our body. Okay, it's very interesting. So the first one is lutein and zeaxanthin. So these two are in a golden ratio 5:1, which is very, very important to help to protect our eyes. Like what Kumari say, protect against the blue light. They absorb the blue light, so that's why our eye is not being damaged.
Yeah, because marigold is actually like higher antioxidant for our eye. That helps actually protect our eye.
Marigold is a flower. Like who go and eat flower every day?
But actually, it's a red pigment site that in the plant that actually they will take up the lutein.
I see. Not the whole flower itself.
No, not take the whole flower and blend.
Understand. Okay. Then how about blackcurrant? I see blackcurrant.
Yeah, blackcurrant is anti-cyanide, which is actually also antioxidant, and it actually helps to increase blood circulation in the retina. That means sometimes when you have eye fatigue, it is actually a useful thing. And then people who like difficult to see at night, anti-cyanide is one of the key components that actually helps to protect the eye. I have people who come across after taking anti-cyanide, they feel better, they see much better in the dark.
It's so important, especially when you're driving at night, right?
Yeah, agree. So that you know accident.
Yeah, exactly. For people who are a bit scared of driving at night, I think this is like super important for you. Okay, so comes to the herbal side, this is 黄帝内经, which is like a Bible of traditional Chinese medicine. So in TCM, we call it TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. In TCM, actually they realized that actually the eye is related to your liver. Okay, when the liver is not functioning so well, it actually affects the blood flow to the eye. So that's why whenever we are doing like things that are stressing our liver, like when we are stressed, we actually affect our liver. When we don't sleep, we sleep very late, it actually affect our liver as well. So that's why, like you say, emotional stress will affect our eye as well. So and this is the how it is related. So that's why in this botanical beverage, they actually added in things that are protecting the liver, like chrysanthemum, like goji berry.
Yeah, as I know, as for me, chrysanthemum is I only drink it when I got sore throat. I didn't know that it got also in terms of benefit for the eyes too.
Yeah. Chrysanthemum is like a very special thing that is super nourishing for our body. Like in Chinese, it's very common that we call it 凉茶, herbal tea.
Herbal
So
tea.
whenever we feel heaty, then we will go for 凉茶. Like chrysanthemum is one of the 凉茶. And then goji berry. Since we are very young, our mother was tell us eat the goji berry. It's good for the eye. When I was young, I was like, this small little thing is. I eat this one can be very good for my
But
eye.
actually, sometimes when you just take the thing in, it's a bit sweet actually when you cook with the dishes.
Yeah, but I don't like the taste. So every time I just remove it from the food. Then now because I know the benefits, so I'm taking it. But I'm so happy that Nutrient has it in this supplement.
So you don't need to go and specifically find the goji berry to eat it.
Yeah. So what do they actually do? Like chrysanthemum help to remove the liver fire, means that it's some sort of heat, things like that. In Chinese medicine they talk about fire thing. So that's why when our liver is very good, it's in good mood. So it actually improves our vision as well. So and wolfberry at the same time is also a source of zeaxanthin, so it helps us to like protect our eyes, and it's very important thing that.
Wow, so a lot of these key components add into one supplement. Easy, you don't need to go and buy separately.
Yeah.
I think if you go and get it by separately, it's like more expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And then you need to take your time to boil the soup. Okay, I think that really takes quite a few hours.
Oh yeah, in order to get the essence.
Yeah, exactly. So this supplement really like solve all the issues really. And then when we are busy working, we don't have time to do all these things.
Yeah.
And this one you just open.
Especially nowadays you're online working and then you forgot to off your stove.
Yeah.
Then your house is fire.
Exactly. So that's why this is like a very special thing, combining the Western and the Chinese, the Eastern, combining together, make it into a very good harmony and a holistic way to protect our eyes. So I'm really excited for this product.
Yeah, it contains marigold with a golden ratio of 5:1, as earlier mentioned. It contains 6 milligram of the lutein and 1.2 milligram of zeaxanthin. Is using actually a patented technology and more in the concentrate form. So when you consume it, it's better absorption.
Yeah.
Since the original form is more concentrated, and whereas blackcurrant is contained about 100 milligrams, which is actually improve our eye circulation, blood circulation to our eye. On the herbal side, woodberry contains about 75 milligrams, which contains of zeaxanthin, and chrysanthemum about 75 milligrams for antioxidants.
Yeah. Very special. So of course this product has gone through like clinical trials. Okay, everything is based on science, backed up by research. So from this clinical trial, that after they test it out on people who have dry eye symptoms, or they always feel eye is very tired.
Yeah, from younger to the old, 18 to 61 years old people.
So it's like good coverage. Okay, so after 90 days of using the product, they find that they actually have their dry eye improve. They also improve on their eye fatigue, eye tired. They feel less tired really, and they improve on the visual persistent means that the vision is actually getting better.
Yeah, in terms of like seeing, it gives better improvement.
They can focus better. They can see things clearer. That's how they actually assess this whole effect of the product. Okay, and also they did this electroretinogram. You don't have to know the terms. So basically, it means if it go up, means that your retina function actually gets better.
Get it better.
Yeah. So you can see that it improves 35% of your retina function. And also this one is to check on the function of your macula. So it also improved by 14% of your macular function. Means generally it just enhance your vision. Okay.
Yeah, to see things better.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
Okay, let's look at the video. See how
Kalau anda takut telefon dan komputer skrin rosakkan mata anda, benda ini boleh membantu. Dalam dua potong ni, satu ialah air, satu ialah lutein. Kami akan gunakan satu lampu biru yang boleh merosakkan mata anda dan lampu merah sebagai cahaya biasa. Anda boleh nampak dua-dua cahaya boleh melalui air, tapi lampu biru tak boleh melalui lutein. Sekali lagi, lampu biru sudah kena blok. Oleh itu, lindungi mata anda dengan Nutrilite with lutein.
So that's why when it comes to like eye supplement routine, it's a very component.
Yeah, you see how it's actually when having enough lutein zeaxanthine in our eye, it's actually protect the penetration of the blue light. That means it become a blocker, become a defense for our eye.
Yes.
So that the blue light doesn't pass through.
Yes, exactly. So this make me excited, and it's comes in a liquid pack. Okay, so it's just very convenient. You just open and drink on the go. So it makes me want to try now.
Okay, let's try it.
You have one. I have one. Okay, so this drink is actually suitable for children 3 years and above. So you can start protecting the eyes of your kids since they are young, and then for adults who always for adults who always look at the screen.
How about diabetic? People say, hey, this one not contain sugar. Can they consume?
Actually, yes, they can consume this one because they don't use like sugar. They use maltitol, erythritol. Sorry, erythritol is a kind of sweetener that doesn't get absorbed into our body, so they can get the taste, but it will not get the sugar into your body.
So for those who are having diabetes, not to worry, your sugar spike, yeah?
Okay, you can help to prevent your retinopathy as well. The taste is so berry.
Yeah, so berry, and then it's like so convenient. You don't need to look for water to mix it.
Yeah.
You just stir it, sip it, and drink it.
Yeah, exactly. Just. I actually gave my parents to try out. Actually, they also quite like it as well.
It's like this, like berry.
And then there was one day my eye was actually kind of tired, so I just drink this one just to try out how is it go. Then I find that after taking it the whole day, I don't feel anything about my eye. I don't feel like dry or tired like whenever I.
You look things better actually, and less fatigue.
Yeah, less fatigue. I would say that there's no like a bit like tired burning kind of feeling. Yeah. So it's I think
everyone should try this. Actually, take one sachet a day. Even you don't want to take 2 sachets a day, just go by 1 sachet a day to protect your eye, right?
Yeah. Okay. Anytime, anywhere. Okay. So and besides this product, because this one is more for like protection of the retina and macula, so the other things that you can add on is actually DHA.
Yeah, true. DHA is again, salmon omega is a very good thing for people who are having a dry eye problem, because this actually helps to reduce the inflammation. Inflammation in terms of it improves eye production of the oil for the tears. And for AMD, it helps to protect their eye, as well as for glaucoma patient, they always have a high pressure. Taking this omega-3 helps to reduce
The pressure.
reduce the pressure. And for babies, it's actually for even a pregnant mom or babies, it is help from in terms of vision health, like for brain development, because for pregnant mom at the early trimester, it's important about the brain to develop, right? So EPA and DHA is a play important role on this.
When breastfeeding moms, like after your kids are born, then you can actually, the mother can take the fish omega fish oil herself, and then it can actually go to the breast milk and pass to the baby as well, to make sure that their eyes, their brain are really in good condition.
Yeah, true.
And why Nutrilite fish oil is because they don't go through not just the purification process, they do double molecular distillation, which in the market usually they just do once, but Nutrilite chose to do it twice. Okay, and also at the same time they do a lot of testing of after the product itself, batch control, and then they found that their purity level is actually beyond international standards. Because when it comes to fish oil, the number one thing that we worry about is heavy metals and contaminants, right? So in Nutrilite, every batch they produce, they will go and do a lot of testing on that, and to make sure that the purity is totally, there's nothing whatsoever heavy metals inside this fish oil, so you can consume it very, very safely.
Yeah, true, because omega-3 we cannot get from our dietary. You only can source from the supplements. Okay, so you don't need to, even though let's say you want to get from your dietary, it's not enough. So this one is actually 3 in 1 pack. So you don't need to spend more money to get the salmon. It's already you got salmon, sardine, and anchovies inside.
Salmon is not cheap, right?
Yeah.
Just like broccoli.
Yeah, just like broccoli.
Okay, so of course for kids who actually want some flavors, so they can go for this DHA gummy. But of course for kids, doesn't really matter on the taste. They can actually go for the fish oil, the adult fish oil as well. I have friends, kids like starting from 6 months old, he actually been chewing the adult soft gel fish oil. So yeah, you just chew.
It's like a sweet for him, huh?
Yeah, like a sweet for him. You just chew, then you take out the soft gel. Okay, so for kids who like some flavor, then you can go for this gummy. Okay, it's suitable for 4 years and above. But actually, why 4 years and above is because just to make sure they don't choke. So if they already know how to makan one, then this one you can give it.
Chew well or what.
Yeah.
So whenever your kids you want to pujo them or when they want to sip, you can actually replace this, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this is sugar free. And then it's suitable for vegan also.
Yeah.
So it's like you are not like adding more sugar to your kids' diet. So I think it's very
suitable for vegetarian actually, right?
Yeah.
Because as they can't get really omega-3 from the fish oil, this is a good option.
Yeah, exactly. So this is one of the choices that you can have, right? So so is there any questions so far? If you have any questions, you can type in the chat. Then we will respond to you. Okay. So to conclude our presentation, we have this last video to show you.
When I was little, whenever I felt tired or unwell, my mom was always ready to boil a nutritious herbal soup for me. I still remember the smell of the herbs filling up the house and how my mom would guard the open flame for hours to make sure the soup simmers to perfection. One bowl, and it always made me feel better. Now, whenever my eyes feel dry and strained from staring too long at the screen, I remember my mother's soup. For convenience, I take the Neutralite Botanical Beverage Berries of Lutein, which combines ingredients perfected by modern science, such as marigold and blackcurrant, matched by herbal wisdom ingredients such as wolfberry and chrysanthemum, so I get all the goodness without having to boil a bowl of soup for hours. Neutralite Botanical Beverage Berries of Lutein, available in portable liquid stick packs. Just tear, sip, and go. It's small and packed with wonders.
Okay, that's all for our presentation tonight. Thank you so much. We shall pass back to Abs. Thank you.